I was diagnosed with macular degeneration when I was 8 years old, and have been legally blind ever since. I grew up always loving to help people, wanting to help people, a strong desire to just love on people. That led me to a desire to become a nurse, and God blessed me with 12 years of patient care, and it was a wonderful, wonderful time in my life. Now, I'm a high school teacher, and I teach kids that want to go into healthcare, and it's all just been a huge faith journey. I have a sister who was going through the foster care and adoption process, and she brought my niece over to the hospital one day that I was working at, and so I was able to sneak away and meet them over at the foster care clinic. And I could instantly tell it was such a beautiful, beautiful, special place. And I told myself right then and there, someday I will make it over here to be a nurse over here. Fast forward a few years, my job working on the floor got really challenging, very stressful. I was dealing with some real bad anxiety and depression, and my husband said, I think it's time that you look for something else. That night at work, I pulled up the job postings, and there was the foster care clinic. I feel like it was waiting on me. So I worked there for 9 years, along with other at-risk special care populations. But the foster care kids and the parents were always just so wonderful to work with. I've always felt that foster care would be a part of my life. I just never knew what that looked like. So I guess about 3 years ago, we were looking for a new church. The Grapevine campus just happens to be at the end of our street, and so we said, let's start there. And so we walked in that first weekend, and we were home. Now my sons on Saturday night say, are we going to church in the morning? And on the rare occasion that we have a conflict, they say, how can we make it happen? And then we make it happen. So as my vision deteriorates, I love to help, but then a part of helping is always like, I want to help, but whenever I first heard about the bed build, I was like, absolutely, foster care kids are a huge part of my heart. I said, how do I do that? And so I asked my students who wanted to join us, and I think that first bed build, I think I had about 15 or 20 students join us that time, and they've continued to join since. It's what I tell my students, find what makes you tick. For anyone wanting to get involved, I would just say there's something for everyone.